want to try to stay a little more on topic, and I'm not going to play the intro as much. I actually need to upgrade it a little bit. That was a failed attempt, but when they kept erasing my intro online, that was the only one that was left that I could find. I mean, they're out there in my storage somewhere. Some file contains the original version, but that's that Visic. I mean, it works pretty good, but it doesn't work pretty good sometimes. So it actually works good if I would record it as a screen grab, but when it has to record it, for some reason it can't do it right. I don't. It should actually work better because it's actually generating the file, you know. So I don't know, but I surmise it might use a server. And again, criminal spycraft operators are who they are, and they could interfere with that and make the app render the app useless. And that's kind of their psychosexual thing. Now, with Giuliani, it's kind of the old adage: live by the sword, die by the sword. I think he was operated. I don't think that's natural Giuliani. I mean, he may have been sexually, he may have had some weird thoughts in his life, but I don't think that would have effectuated naturally. I've been in their clutches, so I can see it. Let me see where I go next. So the officer didn't know it was a woman or a man. Came around the corner as I was walking in to spray some magnesium oil on my calves. So I came out and I sprayed and it's just another term I want to, some things, it's a sensitive topic, but again, words can mean things hidden, but then again, those words show up everywhere. So you have to be cognizant to take it with a grain of salt. The word I came out can have sexual overtones, and the officers and the agents and the what are they called, professional investigators, they all want it to seem like I'm doing that on purpose or something. So they're willing things like that. You have to be mature about being a seer. I've told you that from the beginning. So I came outside, and she goes, oh, he came outside. Statement analysis. That's where they put it. I mean, I can read their inferences and what they want people to see and what I'm saying and things such as that. Oh, wait, I got to go left there. So I'm trying to think of what it's doing. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It wanted me to go right, but I have to go left. And what would be benefit of me going right? Oh, Lenexa police station. I see. Because I got this inference that, oh, they're trying to get you to go to the police station. Like, yeah, again, that would look weird. And then I'm actually going to go by that police station because I got to go to the home improvement store. But it was actually trying to take me that way. And Lenexa PD's down that way. Again, their inference disrupting my life. So and then I go back to what I'm doing, and I turn around at a certain point. You know, I'm priming that pediment thing, and at a certain point, the officer is behind me, and I have one of those "There she is, Miss America" moments. I mean, she spends a lot of time preparing for work, that's for sure. I mean, nobody looks that good naturally, but I'm sure she looks great. That's pride in the uniform. But she's a nice person. That's what I wanted to get to. As soon as I said something outside of just, officer friendly, subject interview type of thing, she was very nice. I could tell she's a very nice person. Right. So, because I'm a seer, see? And that's what. So I've explained that a million times. And a woman may be beautiful, but it doesn't do anything for me until there's a connection. Now, well, what about the woman that did this to you and did that to you? Well, there's a connection, but she could be schizophrenic or something like that. A lot of women are actually. So I've told you a lot of times schizophrenia is a corrupted paranormal capability. Again, paranoid and paranormal. God puts that there for us to see. When I looked over at the woman in the vehicle next to me, she slightly bowed her head. That's an agreement usually. I don't People don't bow to me because I'm, the ruler of the universe or anything like that. Besides, that's Jesus. And Jews go, what? Ivey. It's actually, and that's a good learning moment. The terms are different. When I would use Jesus as ruler of the universe, it's this universe. The ruler of the universe in Judaism means the ruler of everything. So again, it's like gods, God and gods, and then there's another term like that, and I can't remember what it was. Another spiritual term where it's a something, and then one means God, and the other one means something lesser. And it may not be our religion; it may be a different or religions that I generally have been. Yeah, and this might be another one, but I said it recently, and I can't remember what it was. So, right. So the thing just tried to get me to go by Lenexa PD. And if it was stronger, I would actually have to. There would be a reason where I would have to go. Like I would think, I'm going to go to Shawnee and I'm going to go this weird direction, like I've done before. Well, I'm not going to tell you I heal you every time I pass your police station, but that's probably a good thing that I do that. Well, sometimes God says no, and I can't do it. Not my power to use; it's God's. But once upon a time, it was cute. All right. What's the next thing here? They're anti-Ak. They're anti-seers. Right? They're killing the sea. That's one thing they're doing. And they confuse the sea, which kills the sea. And who's the father of confusion? Satan, the devil. Right? That's what they do in my life, confusing it so I can't get. I've actually gotten where I'm supposed to. I've actually made it, and then they kill it by physical intervention. So that is that. That's so strange. And usually I wouldn't pick up the point. I wouldn't figure it out. I'd go inside and I'd start doing the analysis of female pornography. And they go, aha! But that shows you that comes up in investigation a lot of times, and people have the capability to rule that out at times, just saying it was a coincidence. But generally, it's also Satan trying to get the person. So that's actually one of the not drawbacks, but one of the hindrances of law enforcement is that Satan's trying to make you look at the wrong people, and then we find out the professional investigators are doing the same thing. Some of the other, government investigators are doing the same thing, et cetera, trying to confuse the sea for law enforcement. We waste our times in the wrong direction. And then if you don't waste your time in the wrong direction, they come and they try to kill you. But how do they know? That's the big question. Somebody actually said that inside. He goes, we know it's happening, but we can't figure out how they know what we're investigating and how they know what officers investigating it and that kind of thing. But I think I've given you enough possibilities. That's one of those possibilities, besides just simply Satan is afoot. Thank you. They'll usually cross maybe social science or something and move into that. The thing I was doing, I was medicine, technology, and I was thinking I was going to go be an SF medic, which you end up as a physician's assistant or a nurse practitioner. When you go to school and get certified and all that, and so it's actually one of the better courses to take in the U.S. Army for civilian after work. It's actually the best, probably. That's amazing. It's an amazing course. I mean, obviously, I would have done well, but with a secondary in combat engineer, right, or engineering sergeant, special operations engineer. Wild. Okay, so some of it is, I just officers are talking their heads off, talking my head off. There is a certain amount of trauma that the officer. So again, the officers that are traumatized into attacking me or anybody they point them at, that would be uh, that would be a way they manipulate you. I wouldn't say that, oh, all these people are doing this to me, and they go over the edge because they're really meaning to do well. It's a very it's a minority, right? It's a minority that is so traumatized because any well-thinking person would say, I don't want this to happen to anybody, and that's where I am when I heal people and things like that. I'm not cursing anybody in the world to rape someone else or to be a sexual criminal. I'm just telling you that God's judgment could cause that in your societies. And attacking me and having a spiritual battle with me could leave you more susceptible to such things. But that's what you're trying to do to me. So again, Jesus turned the cheek. I didn't smack you. And I did bless you and heal you. And then finally, see, each thing has to run its course, an honest course. So with me, healing and blessing you ran its honest course. And God said, well, that's not working. So again, Earth has a lot of disruption where God can't get somebody to push through certain things and then test it to see where it goes. Does God know where it's going to go? I explained how it works. It's just God is all knowing, but not here. So God effectuates based upon planetary protocol, I guess, or something like that. But again, God at the highest level is like AI. God's not, although God says, yeah, we're trying to fix that problem. They're essentially um, like life and death has no meaning to God because everybody's timeless. God at the highest level. So God's trying to get it again. I think we're there because God's going, okay, I'm going to make you comfortable. I'm making you comfortable. Yes. So Larry told me we should make people comfortable. Because he doesn't think that it's ever going to fix. Right. So again, Jesus did the same thing. He made people comfortable in whatever sin they were in and did the best he could to get them wherever he could. And then Paul came along. And I believe Paul came along because Jesus left and got, oh, shit. What are we going to do now? Clay, what are we going to do now? Is that better? So, guys, I got an idea. I'll put you up in the sky here. Paul. And Paul knew, like, God knew Paul and knew Paul's work, you see. A great deputy marshal and combat engineer. And Paul would be better suited to fix what was broken in Jesus' world. Now, I'm a jack of all trades. That's kind of how God started it. And that's combat engineer anyway. So God did a lot of my life to foreshadow. Again, I mean, yes and no. I guess looking back. So you can go hindsight and see the foreshadowing. You'll find something that everybody in the Bible attempted to do for God, and then I do it. But God does it. Again, I'm trying to explain that to you. The reason God uses one person sometimes is because that's maximal power that God can generate on the power, or maximum credit that God can generate by doing it with one person. Again, it's your system, all of you. I did it with 10, I did it with 100, I did it with 5. Right. Like the Spartans and that kind of stuff. Right. Less is more. They trying to get me a car accident here. MX. Certain point in my life where they made me X, and there it is. on that license plate. Now he pulls away from me because I'm reading his vehicle. Oh, I gotta make the green light. Come on. Yes, yes, made it. So he may have been just pulling ahead to make sure he gets to make the turn before, because he was kind of like, it was only like a half a lane so he can go around the person, but he's in a Jeep or she's in a Jeep. I can't tell. Trying to read the Jeep. Okay. It's from a chief, from a Marsh service. Kansas City Chiefs is the you low, YOLO, you low. Sure about it. Yes, you are. I don't know what point. It came up that when I was in the government, but maybe now I don't. Low on power. So none of it makes sense. Like, how do I do any of it? It has to be God. No, it's Satan. Because Satan would want us to be nice to people. I mean, they're ludicrous. So, again, we're still in the social worker thing. So you hear me speaking about all this, and yeah, the social workers could be manipulated by money and power and or anti-power and greed and all of that. But we just need to have an independent entity. What happens is, what I think we can do is we can put some uniformed social workers with police if that's what they want to do. Sometimes a uniform is a negative. Right? That's sometimes all you can get the nicest officer in the world. He's supposed to go out and shoot somebody because he wears that uniform. Otherwise, you could walk up and go, "Hey, buddy," and it would work, you know. So it does cast a spell sometimes over people's heads. It just, time and place specific, and what the history is, who owns the community in reality, who owns the police department in reality. That all plays in. Their excuse is, well, that's a drag of society. We know it because our system attacked him. That's a lie, in most cases, if not all. So we need some social workers that are just average people, and they walk through the community. They have identification. They could wear a badge, maybe, or no badge. Again, you have to remember there was a lot of abuse that went on. So these people that received medical care may have been abused. And once you're abused, they want people to abuse you. They want nobody to listen to you. So again, a lot of people in mental health are narcissists, crazy making and gaslighting. They love it. They have the power to say whether you're healed or not, or put you away, and all that type of thing. So it's a very evil world, and some of them are directly related to the deep state and the CIA. CIA gets them in to view a certain case and say what the CIA once said. So the social workers are going to be very important. We actually need a group the size of our police department, and they patrol again a community like Overland Park. Maybe not. I don't know how many in Lenexa. I don't know how many officers you have. I'd have to look at that. But it needs to be sizable. But when you get to Kansas City, you need something like that, and it'd be an amazing change. I don't know if you can see it. It'd be an amazing change. And they're going into schools. They're talking to everybody. You got to manage everything so they don't get themselves in trouble. But it's just like the teacher in a school, Mr. J or Mrs. P or Mr. T or whatever it is. It's one of those scenarios that we're looking for. And you're not going to get it with the uniform. I mean, some kids maybe, but again, we're not here for to call the righteous. We're here to save those that are seek and save those that are lost. And that's where what we're getting is, like I said, it's just mental self-pleasuring at that point, because all you're doing is you're saving the kid that would have been saved anyway. So again, Satan builds a buffer into the lost to make you feel like you're saving the lost when it's people that would have got saved. It would have been saved anyway, but may not have even been lost unless Satan had to throw it in front of you. And some people say Satan is a she. So I got to park here. I'm driving around Lowe's. A lot of people shopping at Lowe's today. What's up with that? Oh, it's Saturday or something? What day is it? I hate that, because I'm retired and I'm just busy. But like, if you go and you take it, go to sometimes you go to a doctor or even a psychologist, or they're going, well, what day is it? Oh my God, when I came in here. Yeah, I like don't want to shop on a Saturday. I want to shop on a Monday or Tuesday. All right, but here I am, busy world. Probably a lot of people to heal in here. And just as I pass the old folks' place, heal in the name of Jesus. I don't know whose voice that is, but I use it. Like I just help these guys. They might be mad, but he's supposed to use the other end. Yeah, there he's going. This guy should have used the other exit too. You got to pull it out easier. That was a busy exit. All right, I gotta park somewhere. Is there a veterans one here? Or is that Home Depot? Oh, there it is. I love people. Yes, get on in. Walk in front of my vehicle. You have my permission. So I guess the theme that I'm hitting, I've hit on a lot of different themes, and I'll go back over them. But the theme I'm trying to hit home is that we we need to focus on a large entity. Well, the key is this: we don't want to have the officers called for our social workers to be actively seeking and saving the lost. We want them to be everywhere. Meet the Rotary Club, meet the, don't let them rub off on you and be money grubbers. Whoa, look, they're trying to make me have an accident with this van. I waited for you to park until I backed up. What is this person doing? I need to get to my left side. Let me see how much space is here. So I waited, and then I started pulling back, and then that person started pulling back. I don't want to damage my vehicle here. I don't know. I'm just going to sit right here. I have no idea what that person's doing. I could have swore they just pulled in. So we need to, put them everywhere. They visit the older people places, the younger people places, the in between people places. You may even kick them out to go to some clubs and bars and hand out some, information packages. Again, that's like I said, and I didn't just say it. It's like, where would Jesus be right now? And I was driving around in like Mount Laurel, New Jersey, in like 2004, and I said, in a bar, talking to everybody in the bar. So again, those are the type of things we have to do so people get to know who they are, and then that becomes something different. See, we don't want anytime that uniform shows up, it could trigger trauma. Even if it's a clinical uniform. So, so we need to have these things happen. We need them everywhere. We need that people to know who they are. We need them to know who people are. And again, let's not abuse it. I mean, obviously, it could become the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, but we don't want to do that. We just want somebody there as a referee throughout our communities that can call it like it is instead of you're focusing on this instead of focusing on that because this good old girl or good old boy said this that or the other thing, whether it be black, red, yellow, blue, or indifferent. So truth is again the only thing that's going to work. We don't our society is not based in truth, and that's what's happening. That would be amazing change. I mean, this is really the future technology that we've needed for a while. Or just officers are not equipped to do it. I mean, we have officers that are capable. I mean, I was one of them. I could talk to people and get them back to normal once they were abnormal. But thank you, sir. See, I missed it when I was in the Garmass courthouse. This lawyer came in. I forgot what he was doing, but he used to be a lawyer, and he was having an issue. And I forget what he was telling everybody, but they sent me to handle it. And I spoke to him and I got him downstairs and we sat him in the office and we called somebody to come help us with him. But that was the deep state was operating. That was when the deep state was killing everybody else. They probably killed that lawyer out. Look, a good guy. I mean, right. Now, I think some of the CSOs know about that or knew about that because I could see it in their face. Something was up and I couldn't tell because I didn't know. 100%. But I knew something was going on. But something like that, we don't have to call a cop. We can call the social worker, 100%. Or the dispatch calls the social worker. Now, could the social worker get killed? Yes. So again, it's an area that we have to feel our way through. On that particular case, we had CSOs, so we didn't need a cop. We needed the social worker, probably. 100%. Thank you, Larry. Court security officers. So we don't know what these things are doing to people's minds. Again, there's metaphysical, but there's physical and psychological operations going on. And what they try to pretend when it gets or their fabrication is when it hits a somebody that you can't explain why it hit them, or it hit them because they were corruptly operating. They say, well, our stuff only triggers criminals. I mean, this is one of the things they use, but it's BS. So it's online. I've seen a lot of twisting. Now, part of it is could an algorithm be doing that? Yes. Well, because the algorithm may not be smart enough to know that it's throwing anti-trans stuff at a trans person that has the complete opposite personality and desires. Just based upon a search or something. Somebody's calling me on the phone, I think. Oh, Monday I have to get over there. I have to get to the state troopers. I got to get a vehicle inspection. All right, stay peaceful. Praise God.